Hello everyone, welcome to today's edition of Muscle Car Appraisal's Muscle Car Garage. Today's subject is a 1967 Chevelle SS396. It is a true 138 VIN car, indicating that it is most definitely a super sport. This is not an original matching numbers car. It's a 4-speed bucket seat console car, and it is the next project here in the Muscle Car Appraisal Garage. Let's take a peek at some things that we're going to be doing. We are going to get rid of the 15x8 rally wheels all the way around and replace them with old school Krager SS 5-spoke wheels, 15x7 in the front, 15x8 in the rear. The rear tires will be 275/60 15s, which is the equivalent of old school L60 15s, and the fronts will be 235/60 15s. We're going to replace the coil springs and shocks all the way around. Coil springs are going to be factory issue from Moog for a big block non-air conditioning application, and the shocks will be KYB gas adjust shocks. Run that combination on a number of these cars, and the driving experience is quite pleasurable. Down there is an original steering box that is going to be replaced with a quick ratio box. We're going to be putting proper decoded spark plug wires, and we're also going to replace this broken fan shroud. You can see the fan blade here. The setup on this car is 1969 and up for the alternator and the power steering. You have the alternator over here and the power steering down there, exactly as you would find on a 1969 and up big block application. We're going to leave that alone, as the customer has not requested any change there. Here you see a sending unit for a mechanical engine coolant temperature gauge that is going to be replaced with an electrical sending unit. And down there on the front rail of the block is the oil pressure sending unit pickup. Again, that is a mechanical gauge, and it has copper tubing that runs through an ugly hole in the firewall over here, along with the temperature sending unit wire, and those are both going to be removed. That hole is going to be repaired, properly sized to fit a grommet, and 2 electrical wires will go through that grommet, and we'll call that a day. Valve covers are going to stay, but we are going to put proper load spreaders with TR marked bolts all the way around. Again, we'll have decoded spark plug wires in proper wire looms. There's one that snaps on there, and then there's already one up there. We're going to just put in a new one because that one's just a little bit bent. This air cleaner does have the male stem coming out to connect to the valve cover, but obviously the 90-degree elbow and the rubber hose are not there, so we're going to remove that breather and put in the 90-degree elbow and a hose to connect it to the air cleaner. And that should about wrap things up under the hood. In the interior, there's a new 11-inch rear view mirror that is going to replace the existing one. The headliner is great in this car, so we don't need to do anything. We are going to be replacing a non-functional clock. This one happens to be an original factory issue clock. It will be replaced with a reproduction unit that has a quartz movement. It'll keep really good time forever. Here is the oil pressure and water temperature gauges, again mechanical. They are both going to be replaced with odometer electrical gauges. They'll have a chrome bezel on a black mounting base. They'll be 2 5/8 gauges. This radio is an aftermarket, probably from Retro Sound, but it does not have Bluetooth capability, so we are going to be replacing that with a new unit. Bob will splice in a little bit of radio information a little bit further along within this video. This dash pad has multiple cracks, and there's the big one. This dash pad is going to be replaced. There are 9 screws on the front, 1 here on the end, and then 7 more along these upper lower edge, and then of course 1 more on the end over there. And then there are studs that go in from the top, which necessitate the removal of the dashboard. You're going to have to drop the steering column to get the dash down, to pull the dash forward and get your hands in there to get to the studs to remove that. This 3-spoke walnut wheel will be replaced with a black rim wheel with an SS horn button, and we'll make sure that that is functional. Console is proper. The latch needs a little adjusting over here to facilitate opening and closing with ease. That is something that we'll easily take care of. And the car is going to get new and proper 3-point seat belts. There's going to be a lap belt, and then we very well may install shoulder belts up on the roof. We have the brackets, the belts, the clips, and everything else. The owner is going to make a decision as to whether or not he wants to have the shoulder belts. There are currently 2 sets of seat belts in the back. There should be 3, because the rear seat is a 3-passenger capacity. So we'll make sure that there are seat belts all the way across. Again, we're going to have 15x8 Krager SS's in the back with some BF Goodrich radial TAs. Everything in the back of the car is just fine. And then finally, we are going to buff and polish this car to give it amazing depth and gloss. It is dusty right now. When this car was painted, it was wet sanded and buffed. And I'm going to lightly compound it to get rid of any minor scratches, and then a 2-step polish to get rid of any fine scratches that remain, and again give it a very clean, clear, high gloss with deep depth finish. Yeah, depth finish, because it'll be to die for. The car's got 2 side view mirrors. They're not lazy, and they stay wherever they are adjusted, so all is well there. It does have 396 emblems. The engine happens to be a 1971 402 cubic inch engine, and the 402 happens to be a 30 over 396 that arrived in 1970. So that's about it. We will film and document the processes as they go along. We will keep you all up to speed. We hope that you stay tuned. to see how it's done here at the Muscle Car Appraisal Garage. Oh, by the way, this is going to be another upcoming project. This car is going to have a bunch of modifications. As if it's not awesome enough in its factory issue, we're going to give it 4-digit horsepower, among other things. So stay tuned in the future for that, because that's going to be an awesome project. But for now, we're going to get to this 67 Chevelle and keep you up to speed as things move along. I appreciate everyone watching, listening, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you get notification when we upload something new. Hope everyone is having a good day.